Howdy Bol. Hey guys, thanks for joining me on my channel today. I am Sarah, also known as the Bhakti Yogini. Our practice today will be all about the hamstrings, so we'll be building a little bit of fire and also stretching it out, just really working into the backs of the legs. So this is a very sensitive area for a lot of people. If you're like me, you've had maybe knee problems or hip problems, anything with the joints in the lower body, a lot of it can be contributed to tightness in your hamstrings. I do not have any props today, but you may want to have 2 blocks hanging out nearby your mat just to help you out. If you enjoy practicing yoga on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I have new classes every single week and I would love to connect with you. Hop on your mat and let's get started. Walk towards the top of your mat. We'll start here in Tadasana. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Tune into the ground, really root down through the feet. Begin to move into your deep breathing, Ujjayi breath, making that slight whisper-like sound with the inhales and the exhales. Find some stability and some power in this breath. Tune into this present moment, come into your practice fully. You have nothing else to do but to breathe and to follow. Bring the palms together in front of the heart, press the thumbs into the sternum. Bring your awareness into the center of the chest. Feel your presence here. And let's make a vow to the body that we're going to take care of it. We're going to treat it nicely through this practice. We'll ease into each pose with awareness and presence. Inhale and reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, push the palms down towards the earth, nice and slow, moving super controlled, using all the muscles. Bring the palms together through the heart center. Inhale and lift up, pressing the palms hard together. And then exhale, palms down, pushing down towards the earth. Inhale, up through center once again. And this time, exhale, keeping the palms together. We lower with a flat back all the way down. Forward fold. This is our first forward fold of the practice. We'll be really paying attention to the hamstrings today. So just take it easy here. If we need to bend the knees a little bit, we can rock from side to side. Just really ease into it. Nothing super intense at this point. Relax the face muscles. Release the jaw. Find an ease about these movements. We'll inhale and lift the chest off of the thighs, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees and plant the hands down. We come back to plank. Inhale here and exhale, drop the knees, child's pose, hips to heels. Forehead to the earth. And take 2 big breaths. Then lift the hips up, tuck the toes, and we'll find our first downward facing dog, pressing into the hands, lifting the hips up towards the sky, and just gently trying to push the heels towards the ground. If they don't make it there, that's perfectly fine. Just get a nice opening in the backs of the legs. One more big breath here. And we'll inhale, right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog, and exhale, step it through in between the hands. We come up for a high lunge. Find that right knee directly over the right ankle, and the hips are facing forward. The left heel is raised. High lunge with the arms up overhead. keep your breath strong and steady throughout the practice. We'll root down through the left heel, coming into warrior one, being aware of the hip space, making sure that those hips are still squared towards the front of the mat. Our left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Finding our balance, we'll shift our weight forward and we lift up. We'll find tree pose, just placing the left foot on the calf. Okay, really, really gentle tree pose. Arms are still lifted. Our hips stayed exactly in the same position. We just have the left knee bent and out towards the left side this time. Now, with control, we bring that knee forward. We send the left foot back. And we find warrior one again with lots and lots of control. Inhale here, and exhale. Lower the hands down either side of the front foot, and we step it back to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, chest and chin down to the earth. Inhale, lower the hips. We find our baby cobra, lifting the heart, softening the shoulders. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes and press into the floor, lift up to plank and down, downward facing dog. Two more breaths here. Slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. We find our forward fold again, the back of the mat this time. Inhale and lift halfway up, and exhale, fold. Let's heel toe the feet to the same width as our mat. Exhale and fold forward. Make sure that we have our weight over the center of the feet. We're not leaning too far back or too far forward, right in the middle. Allow the head to be heavy. And then exhale, drop the hips down. We find Malasana just for a second. Just hang out here. Go from side to side. You can rock a little bit. Just feeling out the hips. Maybe your hips don't go all the way down towards the ground, but that's okay. Just kind of relax. Try and convince yourself that you're okay. Breathe deeply. Use your exhales to just sink a little bit lower. We'll only be here for another breath. Then inhale, lift the hips back up. We have flat back. And exhale, fold back down. Heel toe the feet back towards the center, the midline of the mat. We'll bend the knees, lift the arms up. We'll find chair pose for just a second, finding some strength in the legs as well. Want to have a nice straight back here. We're not sticking our booty out, just really, really neutral all the way along the spine. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, let's get a slight back bend, really little one, just opening the heart a little bit. Then inhale, lift up, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, push the palms down towards the floor, and we swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, walk the hands forward to downward facing dog. Set yourself up here. Feel it out. Your next inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky, and exhale, step it through in between the hands. We find our high lunge on the other side, left knee over left ankle, and our right heel is lifted, hips facing straight at the short edge of our mat. Suck in that belly button, try and find our core strength here. We make sure that we're not crowding the ears with our shoulders. We still have plenty of space there. We'll plant down the right heel at a 45, and we find our warrior one. Really be aware of your hips here, that we're not turning out. This is warrior one, so we want to pull that left hip back as we push the right hip forward. Then using lots of core control, we'll shift the weight into the left foot. We find our tree pose on the other side. Again, just putting our right foot onto the left calf. So nothing super crazy here. We're just finding a little bit of balance. One more breath. And then turn the right knee towards the front. We send the right leg back, and we look for that warrior one once again. Inhale, reach, 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 and exhale, fold forward, hands on either side of the front foot. We step it back to plank. And this time, if you'd like, you can go through Chaturanga Dandasana, an upward facing dog, little back bend, and send it back to downward dog. Exhale, drop the knees down to the floor. We'll send the arms forward. We find our puppy pose. We know that I like this one, so this is usually in most of my flows. Just a nice opening in the heart space and in the shoulders. Our hips are directly over our knees. Connect with that breath again. If you notice that you've gone a little bit more shallow, find it once again. Then walk the hands back just a little bit so that we can plant them and lift up for downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through. We'll lower the left knee down, find our low lunge. If your knee is okay, your left knee is all right on the floor, we can lift the arms up as well. Just finding that little balance, that little core work. Here we want to really pay attention to our alignment. We want to have our right knee directly over the right ankle. And if you need to, you can step it a little bit more forward just to sink a bit deeper into that left hip. Exhale and lower the hands. We'll bring that right foot a little bit more forward and lift the toes up to the sky. So that way we have our hips still over our knee, and we can maybe fold a little bit over that right leg. Take it easy though. This is a really intense stretch for a lot of us, so we don't need to push anything. Last breath. Inhale and lift up. We'll place that right foot back on the floor and prep ourselves for warrior one again. So get the left foot at a 45. We have our hips facing forward and we lift up. Right knee is bent. Warrior one. Nice and strong warrior. Really press through both feet. Feel the strength all through the base of the pose. And then if you'd like, you can step the foot forward about 6 inches, straighten the right leg, and we'll exhale and bend towards that right leg, just lowering down into Parsvottanasana. So again, be really aware of the hip space here. We want to make sure that we're not turning out. We want to be pulling that right hip back and pushing the left hip forward. Here, if you need some blocks, this is a good one to have blocks for. We'll take 2 more breaths. We'll inhale, shift the weight to the right foot. We have our hands on either side of the right foot, and we lift the left leg up. We're finding standing splits. So lower the head as much as you can, whatever's comfortable, and lift the leg up as high as we can. Just a little bit of balance, a big stretch in the hamstrings. And with an exhale, we gently lower the left leg next to the right, and we'll heel toe the feet out towards the edges of the mat. Once we're here, we'll come into a little twist. We can inhale and lift up halfway, and then we bring left hand to right leg, and we look for the left leg with our right hand. And if we can find it, then we can kind of pull ourselves into a twist. Again, this is really a deep one. So if we just kind of get our hands in the general area and try to look up under the right armpit, and then that is perfectly cool. Just a nice little twist. Inhale and lift up, unwind. And we'll go to the other side. So this time, right hand to left foot. And we look for the right foot with our left hand, pulling ourselves into a deeper twist, or just hanging out wherever we feel comfortable. Last breath. Exhale, return to center, heel toe, those feet back to the midline. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, fold, bend the knees and plant the hands. We come to plank. We can do our little push-up, whatever flow that feels good for you, until we reach downward facing dog. Last big breath. We'll inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through. We're coming into the second side. So right knee on the ground, we find our low lunge. Remember, left knee directly over the left ankle. And once we're there, we have our hips aligned properly. We lift the arms up. We find our core and our strength and balance in this pose. If you need to, you can move that left foot a little bit more forward to get more of a stretch in the right hip, the right groin. With an exhale, we lower down, move that right foot or left foot a little bit more forward so that we can tip the toes up and straighten the left leg coming into our half splits. Now here, we can lower down and fold over the left leg as much as is comfortable for you today. Remember those hips, make sure you're not opening out to the side. You want to have them squared with the short edge of the mat. Inhale and lift up. We'll rebend that left knee and walk the left foot back just a little bit so that we can tuck the back toes and find our warrior one. So left knee is bent again. Arms are lifted. Strong warriors. And then stepping forward just a little, half of a foot. We'll keep the same orientation of the right foot. We straighten the left leg and exhale, lower down. Again, plugging that left hip back, pushing that right hip forward. Maybe we can fold down more. Again, if you want blocks here, this is a good place for blocks. exhale. Nice big one. As we inhale, rebend the left leg. We shift the weight there and we lift the right leg up towards the sky, standing splits, or whatever they look like for you. I don't know if I'll ever get a straight standing split, but I'm okay with that. Nice and strong. Make sure you're pointing through the right toes. Really lifting, lifting, lifting. And with the exhale, lower the right leg right next to the left. Step the feet hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale, fold. If you'd like, you can come in a little bit deeper by placing the hands underneath the feet. The toes are right in the wrist creases. You can move your toes and kind of give yourself a little massage. This is a nice place to relax. Release the head, allow gravity to just pull it down towards the earth. Maybe move and wiggle the jaw just to make sure that you're not holding anything there. And then release the hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, lower down. Step back to plank. And then exhale, release the knees. Come to a seat. We'll sit down on the mat. Now, I'm turning to face you. You can stay seated facing the short edge of the mat. We'll take out our right leg straight out to the side and plug that left foot into the right groin. We're coming into Janu Shirshasana. So this is head to knee pose. The way we do that, we inhale, lift through the spine, we turn to face our extended leg, and as we exhale, we fold over the right leg. We point through the toes. And what I like to do here is inhale and try and bring my heart as close to my toes as humanly possible. So it's a movement like this. And then with all that space that we just created, we exhale and fold into it a little bit deeper. You may not be able to get your face down to your knee, but that's okay. Just go as deep as is comfortable, as deep as you feel safe doing. Feeling a deep stretch, but not pushing too much and hurting yourself, right? And take 3 more deep breaths here. Just slowing down the practice. With your next inhale, we'll reach back with the left hand, plant it behind the body. We press into that left hand and lift the hips up, sending the right arm overhead. Just a little stretch in the hips, and exhale, release back down. Excellent. We'll switch to the other side. So extend the left leg and press that right foot into the left inner thigh. We flex that left foot nice and strong there. As we inhale, we lift the spine, and then exhale, turn towards the foot and lower down. We don't go all the way in though, right? We're going to try that little movement again with the heart. So we inhale and try and bring the heart, the chest, as close to the foot as we possibly can, and then exhale and fold. Two more big breaths here. With the inhale, we lift up, we raise the right hand, we place it behind the back, press into the right palm, left arm reaches up and over as we lift the hips and stretch through the spine and the hips. Exhale and lower down. Excellent. Extend both legs out, nice and wide into a V. We flex both feet. Make sure that we have our sit bones on the floor. So feeling nice and tall here. We'll bring the hands into the center, and as we exhale, we just slowly walk the hands down, and we hang out wherever we are comfortable today. Okay, this is a really intense one, so be kind to yourself. Do 5 breaths here. Calm your mind. Just check into the sensations of this stretch. Remain present here in the practice. With the inhale, we press into the hands and lift up, walking the hands back towards the body. Sigh it out. Bend the knees. We'll find a cross-legged position. Rest the hands on the knees. Keep with those deep breaths. Maybe you want to find a mudra. You can bring the index and thumbs together. I always like to bring them palms facing down just to signify grounding down into the pose and feeling really rooted in your presence here. You can keep your eyes closed. We'll take 5 deep breaths. And if you can, stay here as long as humanly possible. Enjoy the breath. Enjoy the feelings and the sensations of this practice and your presence in your heart space. I'm so grateful for your practice today, and I hope that I will see you again. Please subscribe to my channel and comment below how this practice went. I'd love to hear from you. Namaste. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.